Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another segment of Daily Real News presented to you by Real Conversations Podcast Network. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe down below. We appreciate everything. We appreciate everybody tapping in, tuning in. Got a couple topics to cover today. So, you know how y'all feel. These topics we're discussing. We're gonna be discussing. We're gonna be discussing Donald Trump expected Donald Trump's expected executive order to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug to a Schedule 3. So, talk about that. We also going to talk about Ebro from Ebro in the morning. Hot 97, big major radio station in New York, being fired recently. We're going to speak on the effects of him being fired and also the effects that got on radio and his radio dead once and for all. We also got Dame Dash latest interview with a podcast or a show called POV, I believe, and him discussing 50 Cent doing the Diddy Reckoning documentary on Netflix and how he believes that wasn't a good move for the culture and him just disagreeing with it overall. And we also got another story we talking about, I believe, dealing with Busta Rhymes, I believe. Busta Rhymes, we gotta call him out. I feel like he was on some real goofy type time. Somebody tried to prank him. Up and coming YouTuber tried to prank him. You know how people do the prank videos. He got offended. He just spazzed out on the person. But before we get into all that, we got a sponsor for today's episode. Make sure y'all get y'all candles. Wicked candles. All natural ingredients. 100% soy wax scented candles. It's the 8-ounce jar right here. Y'all can get it from a website, wickedcandles.com. Miss Ashley Hamilton, coming straight from Dallas, Texas. Let's give it up for her, man. Let's give it up for her. Let's give it up for her brand. Once again, Wicked Candles. WICCIT Candles. Get yours today. This is the gold manifestation of the collection of her candles, the Wicked Candles. Make sure y'all get that today. Purchase yours today. Gold manifestation. Once again, let's give it up for Mrs. Ashley Hamilton, coming straight from Dallas, Texas, with a great, amazing product, 100% soy candle. 100% soy wax candle. Let's give it up. Get back to the show, y'all. Let's get back to the show. Donald Trump coming with an executive order, reclassifying, expected, quote unquote, expected. Don't get me going in the comments. You know how y'all love the proof check, fact check, whatever you want to call it. Expect the executive order to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug to a Schedule 3. And with that being said, let's get right to this. Get right to this video, y'all. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Real Daily News.
Cannabis stocks like Tilray, Aurora, and the Advisor Shares ETF are all soaring on these reports that the president will move to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug. Our Brandon Gomez has been covering the story for what feels like forever and has more on the timing of this news. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Carl. Yeah, that's right. I feel like we've been here before, right? But with the president wanting to reschedule the drug to a new classification. Now, it is currently scheduled as Schedule 1. Now, that's on par with heroin. Down to Schedule 3 is what the president wants to do, the same as Tylenol with codeine. So why is this time different? Well, sources have told me that the president is actively drafting an executive order to be issued as soon as Monday. Now, it would advise the DOJ and the DEA to move forward with reclassification. The White House so far saying no final decision has been made yet. Now, I did speak this morning, though, with Tilray CEO Irwin Simon, one of the largest cannabis growers in the industry. He believed this time is different from past promises, telling me after many false starts, he is, quote, more optimistic this time around, adding he believes there will be change by the end of the year. Now, Carl, let's say we do get the executive order on Monday. What's next? Well, the DOJ and the DEA will publish a final rule. It'll then enter a 30-day waiting period for any challenges. We did just get a hemp ban in the government spending bill, so we know opposition is out there. And then any litigation would result in further delay of the process. So as it goes with cannabis, and as you mentioned off the top, 2 steps forward, possible 4 steps back. One cannabis lawyer, though, telling me that this is the beginning of a, quote, new era of public health policy, but that this would be a partial victory with legalization and regulatory hurdles still ahead. Still, major implications for health regulators, retailers, investors, banks, of course, and the like, as we always discuss when we get these cannabis headlines.
That was my question, Brandon, is what would a reclassification of the drug into a less sort of serious drug actually mean for the problems with, cannabis in this country, legalization, banking with these companies, all of the legitimization? How big of a step is this toward that?
Yeah, so the most important thing to note is that this is not legalization. This is reclassification. The biggest thing that it does is it opens up the door to medical research. I've been told, too, that Secretary RFK Jr. is a supporter of this when it comes to medical applications. You see how it's used in Europe, and the demand that's been there is also a point that the Tilray CEO brings up with me. So really, that's the avenue that they're trying to go here, is to amplify the medical use. And then long term, right, the hope from the industry is that we do get a broader legalization at the federal level that will then open up the floodgates to more recreational use products that we've also talked about, especially when it comes to that hemp ban.
This isn't just combat. Plus.
Is expected to reclassify. So that means he's not legalizing it. He's just putting it on a lesser scale from heroin and all those type of drugs that's really serious, life taking type of drugs. He's gonna reclassify it. And I feel like it's a good move. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like it's a pretty good, solid move. I don't agree with everything he does, but I totally agree with this, even though I feel like it should be legalized in all 50 states across America, federal and state legalization. But I guess this is a step towards, like they said, I guess it's a step towards legalization. So in that statement, I guess that's what we gotta go with. It's a step towards it. It's got a chance people might not be getting them crazy ass sentences when they getting charged with, having weed or doing things like that. You see what I'm saying? Because legalized cannabis. We talking about the legalization of cannabis, my guy. Shout out to Lucky Sock 67. And I feel like we should just legalize it all together, but to each his own. I guess you gotta take baby steps. Donald Trump going against another Biden law that he set place, changing that, rearranging things. Guess it's a step towards legalization once and for all. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. We appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate all the love, all the likes, all the views. We trying to keep the content coming. 2026. Let's get to it, man. We working hard. So with that being said, we got another topic at hand. If y'all know Ebro from Ebro in the morning, apparently he's just been fired. people are saying good riddance. They happy he's fired. They say he was holding back the culture. He was hating on everybody. He was just, not good for the new artists, things like that. He was too hard on them. He was, just like what they call it, an old head. The old head that needed to get out the way. He had a lot to say about that. And before we get to this topic of today's Daily Real News, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, comment down below. And keep the engagement flowing. Keep us in the algorithm. Like, subscribe. Real Conversations Podcast Network presented to you today. We appreciate you. Let's get to this topic. Ebro in the morning. Daily Real News presented to you by Real Conversations Podcast Network.
The truth is, not every child gets the chance to go to the movies. In North America alone, more than 20 million kids.
Make sure you subscribe to Ebro in the morning on YouTube. Told y'all a couple of weeks ago when they tried to run that Andrew Cuomo play on me. Remember that shit? And then they tried, when the Trumpster got in office. Listen, man, I don't capitulate well, bro. Been doing this too long. If you look around all the major media outlets, man. All of them. Look at all of them. They all got to fold up because they all trying to renew their deals, their licenses. They all, well, in this particular situation, we'll get into more specifics another time. Bro's a casino owner. You know those 3 licenses that they got here in New York City for the casinos? The guy that owns the shit owns one of the casinos licenses. He got to raise $500,000, bro. $500 million, excuse me. They need my shit talking anti-Netanyahu, anti-government, progressive shit out the way, bro. They need me out the way. They trying to get to these bags that these VCs got, raise some capital. They don't really care, like, especially for like a Hot 97 and a WBLS. They don't give a fuck about hip hop or black music or black community. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They give a fuck about access. They give a fuck about being able to bring their little nerdy friends to the concerts because that helps them raise money. They've been trying to get to me for years, bro. Years. But, Ebro in the morning on the YouTubes. Subscribe. And we'll get into it. You know what I'm saying? Shayla. But yeah, people that I've worked with for a long time, man, they know who I am. They know what I stand for. The communities that listen and have supported us. They know, y'all know how I rock. Y'all know what type of shit I pop. So yeah. But I told you, listen, if you listen to Ebro in the morning, I told y'all they was hunting. I told you they was hunting. And we gonna keep talking shit. I told y'all they was hunting. Pat Rob. You know? But this shit is about that. So buckle up, because we're going to get active. Enjoy your holidays. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your holiday. Happy holidays. Let's get active. Don't fall for the bullshit, man. Work hard. Put yourself in position so the bullshit come every generation. Every generation. Think about it. All throughout the years, man. All throughout the years. The bullshit always come. Well, I gotta open the roof. It's cold outside, man. It's mad cold, bro. More to come. Ebro in the morning on the YouTube.
With AI,
you can create any character you want in seconds.
this use
How y'all feel about that? Ebro getting fired, getting canceled from Hot 97 in New York. All y'all know about radio. So before we get into that, back to the sponsor. Make sure y'all get that Wicked candle. That Wicked candles. 100% soy wax candle. Presented to you by the lovely Miss Ashley Hamilton, coming straight from Dallas, Texas. Make sure y'all get that Wicked candle. WICCIT candles. Get yours today. But let's get back to it. How y'all feel about Ebro in the morning getting canceled from Hot 97? A lot of people saying it's about time. He wasn't talking about nothing anyway. He was holding back the young artists of today's time. And he was just old school. He needed to let the young in. So he wasn't going to make it. Like, he ain't involved pretty much. That's what people saying. He ain't involved pretty much. And he should have been out the picture pretty much. I wonder how y'all feel about that. Because how I feel about it is Ebro cool and all, but honestly, I did look at him kind of like a hater at some point, especially with the Lil Uzi. Y'all know the famous Lil Uzi. Famous Lil Uzi interview where Uzi didn't want to freestyle on a certain beat that Ebro played. And I feel like he might have did it on purpose because he heard Uzi music. He probably felt like he can't spit for real. But I don't know. Ebro always seemed like an old school hater to me too. I ain't gonna lie, but I feel like his point of views and his output on certain topics and certain things in the game was necessary. But I feel like they should have kept him in his category of his type rap, his type style, where he, you know, the style that fit him best. I feel like he should have just stayed with his age group or his era of hip hop. If that gives further explanation to what I'm trying to say, because I just feel like at the end of the day, Ebro was cool, but he never meshed well with the newer artists. He got into it with Kodak. I remember that. He asked him some questions that Kodak didn't want to answer at the time about a certain case and things like that. So I feel like Ebro cool. He was cool, but he kind of was played out. His train of thought. His train of thought was kind of played out at times. I would say that. Sometimes I felt like he could have took different approaches the different type artists. He always try to put every artist on the same criteria: extra hip hop, extra lyrical, and that's not every artist, especially of today's time. A lot of artists don't even half of their verses be half ad libs. You know what I'm saying? It's a different day and age, so everybody not up on all that, bar for bar type rap. But shout out to Ebro. I feel like he'll do well. He made a following. He created a following over time. He created a following over time, and shout out to Ebro. Uh, I hope nothing but the best. I wish nothing but the best. I ain't got a hope. I already know he gonna do numbers. He got his own. He got his own following, so they gonna follow him wherever he go, whether it's YouTube or other platforms. But with that being said, let's speak on Damon Dash. Dame Dash, former CEO of Rockefeller Records. I want to speak on him because a lot of people got a lot of ways they think about him, and a lot of ways they feel like he shouldn't have done this or that with the resources he had in the past, and feel like he's not on the same level as he was on the past. So his word isn't like um, his word isn't as impactful as it was back in the day, I guess. So with that being said, he had a new interview with a show I believe called Point of View. It's a podcast or a show with a group of hosts that are women. So they was coming at Dame about a lot of things, from credit to how he ran his businesses to lawsuits to bankruptcy, and 50 Cent was one of the topics. And Dame spoke on 50 Cent about him creating the Diddy Reckoning documentary. And a lot of people feel like this, but scared to say it. So we're just going to run this clip and we're going to come right back. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Daily Real News. Let's go.
James, so now that you've witnessed the downfall of Diddy, who's next?
If you look at who's next, and you say who's next from a white man or who's next from 50 Cent. Hold on. Now let's stop now.
Both?
Let's stop. 50 tried to tear down Earth. 50 tries to tear down Puff. 50 tries to tear down Jay. 50 tries to tear down me. Y'all think that's all right?
We're not talking about 50.
But I'm saying I didn't know who you were asking about. I'm like, because right now when you say who's next, because there's 50 that's always looking to tear a black man down. I'm the only one left that was not a rapper, that was really trying to be a businessman from a young age. And I feel like because I was never tempted by things that were morally compromising to my manhood, because I invented pause, I never violated any of my moral codes.
Okay. James, so
the Diddy Combs Reckoning, did you check it out?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so we know that you were saying that it was not going to come out.
Do you remember when 50 Cent was supposed to be putting out a documentary about Puff on Netflix?
Yes.
Where is it?
I think it's still happening.
Yeah, right. He's capping.
How do you feel that it actually is out now?
I honestly thought, based on like moral codes and like coming from where like a street ethic, I honestly didn't think that he would ever do that.
why? He has done.
Because it's just not my job to tell. I'm not a black man that's going to tear another black man down. Let them do that.
How come nobody ever says that when it's white producers? Like TMZ did docs on Diddy, there was docs on Hulu. How come they weren't kicking? How come Peacock? How come they weren't kicking the person when they did? Why do we only say that when it's a black producer?
All right, since y'all seen that clip, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments down below. How did y'all feel? Dame Dash pretty much saying 50 Cent coming at all the big black artists that made it and that created wealth and things for themselves. He always tearing them down when they get caught up in some type of legal situation or some situations like Diddy. And he also said 50 is doing a job that somebody from another culture should be doing. He's saying, why tear a black man down when you're a black man yourself, and why are you going so hard? Pause. You feel me? Why are you going so hard on Diddy when it's accusations of Diddy, you know, doing things with 50 lady at a point in time. So he just feel like it's a sucker move. He feel like he shouldn't done this no matter what. You never tear somebody from your own culture down, and he should be ashamed of himself. And it seemed like somebody is purposely putting him in his position to tear down all other, you know, top ranking black men in the entertainment business. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people say Dame say a lot of this and that, say a lot of nonsense. His words hold no value, but I feel him on this. And I totally agree. I rock with 50 as an artist, but he do a lot of questionable things, and this is one of them. So I can't lie. He took a L with this documentary to me. No matter what the fans believe, I feel like it was out of being scorned, being upset at Diddy, and waiting for a time that he can capitalize and bring his name and legacy down even further. You know, spread his name in the dirt even more. So that's what I believe, honestly. But you know, everybody gonna look at it different. But with that being said, it's the last situation we're gonna talk about. Busta Rhymes. He got mad with somebody, man, because they did a prank on him, calling him Tyler Perry. I mean, calling him Tracy Morgan, mistaking him for Tracy Morgan when it was just a joke. You know, a lot of YouTubers do that. They make prank videos and they prank people about situations like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just to obviously get them mad and it bring more views. It's like some clickbait type situation, type content. So Busta Rhymes, I gotta give him the goofy of the week for this. I feel like he moved like a straight goofy and he took it too serious, took it too literal. Like he ain't got really no sense of humor. The way he came at him, come on now, like he getting tough with a love. Come on, little scrawny kid, like it's not even necessary. But at the same time, you know, whatever, you know, he felt like he shouldn't have been playing with him, but he probably seen the camera too. So it's just like, who knows, man? I just feel like Buster went out like a goofy for this, man. I gotta keep it all the way real. This the last clip we're gonna show, and we out, man. Daily Real News presented to you by Real Conversation Podcast Network. Like, share, and subscribe, comment down below.
Get the video on this. Tracy Morgan. Oh, Tracy. What? Hey, what did I just say? Wait. What did you say? Nah. Bro, what did you just say? My boy out here. Hold on. Put your camera down. What did you say? Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan. I don't know. My boy said Tracy. Post the round, nigga. I'm not talking to you, homie. Y'all don't need to tell me. Whatever. I'm asking you a question. I ain't calling you out. What's the problem? You got a problem with me asking a question? I don't understand. I don't know what that means either. That's why I'm asking you what it means. That's the only way I can understand why I'm asking questions. So I was taking a picture to show love because you were trying to be funny. So what you mean Tracy, my boy? What that mean? I want to say Tracy. I ain't hear nobody say Tracy. You don't want to say Tracy. You play stupid either with your man if you talk about Tracy.
Yo, what happened? What did you do?
What y'all think about that, man? Busta Rhymes, he did too much, man. He's about to fight the little dude, man. I don't know about that, Busta. Get your mind right, my dog. I rock with you. True legend, all the way. Hall of Famer, for sure. But that situation was lame to me, man. Let me know what y'all think. That's Daily Real News for the day, man. Monday night, morning, whenever you're watching this. We appreciate all the love. Comment down below, like the video. Let us know if you feeling the comment or you're not. Feeling the content or you're not. We appreciate everybody checking in, tapping in. We got love and respect for every one of y'all, whether it's positive feedback or negative. So, till next time, Daily Real News presented to you by Real Conversation Podcast Network.